more about light. Light is a form of energy that enables us to see the different objects and this beautiful world. When a ray of light falls on an object or a surface, there are three possibilities. First is it can pass through the surface. The light can pass through them, so we can see through the object, as you can see from the glass. Second is it is observed by the surface as dark surface. Dark surfaces absorb the light and it cannot allow the light to go back. And third is it can bounce back from the surface as mirror. When a light coming on a surface bounce back and we can see a clear picture on that surfaces. Right? The surface which allows light to pass through it is called transparent surface or transparent medium. There are certain surfaces which do not allow light to pass through them. As a result, the ray of light bounce back into the same medium from which they had come. Right? Such surfaces are called reflecting surface, and this phenomena is called reflection. Reflection can be classified in two ways. First is regular reflection. When beam of light, or we can call it incident rays, coming from a source and falling on a surface which is smooth, then the reflecting rays is also parallel and smooth, and we can see a clear picture of an object. Whereas when a surface is rough as wall or wooden surface, beam of light or incident rays falling on a surface will get dispersed. They will not parallel to each other. Then we cannot see any image of the surface. This is called diffuse reflection. Let us see more about reflection, how this phenomena works. Students, we are going to learn in this video the light and its nature. Some objects like burning candle and lamp emit light on its own. They emit their own light and are called luminous objects. Many objects do not emit light but reflect light coming from luminous objects from their surfaces. Because of these reflection, we can see such objects. So, such question arises, in which direction these objects emit light? They emit light in all the directions. Let us consider an object, for example, fluorescent bulb, which is glowing. It is emitting light in all the direction. Let us denote this direction by straight line and arrows pointing in all directions. So all these arrows presenting various paths where light is traveling. These arrows are called rays of light. So we can say a ray of light is a straight line path along with which light travel. And now we know very well that light emitted by luminous object travel in all the directions. Suppose the light emitted by bulb is falling on a surface, are reflected back and following certain path. Consider a path, plane surface, and a ray of light is striking at the point. This is called an incident ray. We know this ray will reflect it back by the surface. We call this ray reflected ray. Why it is not in different direction? Why only here? This is because ray of light follows certain laws of reflection. If we draw a perpendicular at the point of reflection, this line is called normal. Here are two laws of reflection which only follow any light. Angle of incidence is always equal to the angle of reflection, and second is the incident ray, normal and the reflected ray all lie in the same plane. Now let us understand what are these angle of incidence and angle of reflection. An angle made by incidence ray and normal is called incident angle, denoted by small I, and angle made by normal and reflected ray is called angle of reflection, denoted by small r. First law said angle of incidence is always equal to angle of reflection, means I is equal to r. It means if incidence ray strikes and reflect back like this, then I is equal to r. If we move incident ray and reflected ray also move, and angle of incidence and angle of reflection is also changed and will remain equal. Okay, this was the first statement, and second statement says incident ray, normal and reflected ray all lie in the same plane. If we draw this scenario on a piece of paper, we will get this. The incident ray, reflected ray and normal at the point of reflection all on the same point at the piece of paper. This second law says they always be on the same point. For example, if direction of incident ray is moved to direction, then diagram will look like this. The incident ray and normal are placed on the paper, but reflected ray will not be on the paper. This will violate the law of reflection. So, this will not possible. And it is always be like this. So, I will be equal to r always, and they will lie on the same plane. I hope both the laws will be clear now. So students, I hope you must have understand the phenomena of reflection and its two important laws very well. Goodbye from now.